All right, we're gonna try this a couple different ways. I don't know how loud the scroll saw is gonna be on the. I have three things going. I have YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram Live. So I don't know how loud it's gonna be on the Instagram Live feed. Anybody that's on there, if you throw a remark in that it's really loud, I'll disconnect that and I'll just keep Facebook and YouTube going. This is a marriage plaque I'm doing for a customer. It's 14 by 14 inches. It'll be 2 layers. The top layer will be the design cut, which is a 1/4 inch birch, and the backer will be a 1/2 inch. I think that'll give a good. When I lay it down, I'll check to see if it doesn't look good. Then I'll do a 3/4 inch backer. But I think a 1/4 inch will suffice. The pattern is see, the thing is this, I can't see. Can I make my brightness here? Oh, there we go. Maybe that's a little better now. I can see something written on. There we go. Okay, cool. So this is a Sue Mey pattern. She has great patterns out there. I like to do them. This is being cut on a Pegas scroll saw. I started about 3.5 years ago on a Kmart brand scroll saw, and I swore I'd never do it again. Until I saw somebody come out with my buddy Charles Deering. He came out with a horse head design that he cut, and I'm like, oh, maybe I'll try it. So I went out and I got a used DeWalt. I had that for about a 1.5 years, 2 years. Then I upgraded to this, the Pegas. I think it was August of last year. And I'm loving it. I don't try and beat on it, but I don't baby it. So it's held up to the hundreds of hours I've scrolled. Oh, there you go. So, like I said in the beginning, this is a Instagram Live, but I have on my other camera over here, I have YouTube and Facebook going. So I'll bounce between the comments. You have any comments, questions, you can shoot them in there and I'll answer them in between cuts. But start a little later than I wanted to tonight, but so I don't know if I'm really going to finish this. It's been a little bit of a crazy last couple of days getting used to teaching kids at home. My daughters had fun last night on the scroll saw. They were out here live for, I think, 2.5 hours. I think Alexa had a blast. She wants to come back out. I'm like, sure, just not today. I have to get some things done. This is a Niqua spiral 2/0 blade. I like to use these more than most. Spirals, that is. I like to do my interior cuts with the spiral blade. Kind of an odd person. I like to do large patterns. So I've done a 3 foot by 4 foot pattern without any issues. My goal is to do a 3 foot by 4 foot clock. I've had the pattern glued up and sitting in my shop. I just haven't had a chance to do it. And then once I cut it, I don't know where I'm going to hang it because I redid my shop a little bit and I don't have any wall space really. At least not for a 3 foot by 4 foot clock. This is Scroll Life. This is a Niqua 2/0 spiral. Niqua and Flying Dutchman are the same. What's up, Anthony? Are the same make. It's just they get renamed once they come to the States. So all my blades are ordered through Bear Woods or bearwood.com. If you head over there, you can order a sample pack. And you could try them out. You test out what size blades you like. People say, well, if you're cutting a thick piece of wood, you got to go up in size. And I've done 1.5" Purple Heart with a 2/0 spiral. I'm not flying through the cut, but it can be done. So that's why I say to people, I never say these are the blades. Get these, what speed people use. I usually, which it might not be. Nope, it's not all the way up because my daughters were using it last night. But normally I use full speed. I don't, unless it's really thin, I'll slow it down a little bit so it doesn't snap on me. This is wood. What I do is I sand this is a 1/4" birch. So I'll do is I sand it, and then what I do is I put down this aura mask, I believe it is, transfer paper, and then I glue my pattern down to the aura mask with the 3M90, I think it is, spray adhesive. And then when I peel it up, it just peels off. I don't have any. I used to use blue tape, but blue tape, of course, gets expensive, and it used to lift up a little bit, a couple of fibers here and there, and you could lightly sand it and be okay with it, but maybe I should lower it just for the sound. Let me know if it gets too loud. I'll see what I could do. Oh, it must be the light. Yeah. I could see. I don't know if that'll help. If I bring it closer. I won't bring it too close because then I think it's going to make it really loud on the saw. Yeah, maple tree, the Axminster and the Excalibur and the Seiko, they're all, and the Pegas, are all the same design, but they're made differently in different areas. As far as the tolerance, it's the first time I'm cutting this this pattern. It's a new pattern to me, so it's got 4 roses. Right, you have 4 roses, 2 doves, 2 hearts, 2 rings, 2 bells, 2 hearts up top, bow on the top of the bell, big heart, and then hope, faith, and love words are, on here. So it's a nice looking plaque. No, I don't use I do have a CNC. I just personal things, personalized things, I like to cut on the scroll saw. Mass production or repetitive, I guess you could say. I do some things on the CNC. Some engravings I do on the CNC, but for the most part, anything personalized I like to do on the scroll saw. Takes a little bit more time, but I think it's fun. And I could do it well into the night without waking up everybody in the house. Hey, John, what's happening? Hey, John, if that's too loud with this motor running, let me know, because I can't hear it. And I don't think Carrie's on. All right, you can't hear me when I'm. Yeah, I don't know if there's I probably should get a mic for the phone if I'm going to do this, right? Or talk in between cuts. Yeah, maple tree. Yep, clone. I couldn't think of the word. All right, America's #1 fan. I don't know if you heard me before when I was talking. That I do have a CNC, and I do cut things on it, some engravings, some signs, but for the most part, anything that I've done so far that's been personalized, I've done it on the scroll saw. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you. What's up, Steve? What's up, Herb? Hello, anybody else I haven't said hello to? People say, you know, don't watch your fingers. This blade will actually burn my finger before it actually cuts my finger. Like I'll feel the heat. But I don't put my finger against the blade often. It's not really going to do much to you anyway. I had my 8-year-old daughter touch the blade while it was moving. She saw that it won't cut her unless you really, push into it. So you can do that and it won't cut you. So that's why I try to start the kids on the spiral blades, because the flat blades, you could touch the back of them without having an issue, but if you touch the front, it will cut you. Thank you. Hey, Wild Man, what's happening? So yeah, if anybody wants to know more about the scroll saw, I have my own Miter Mike's YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, but there's also we're trying to start up a little team scroll saw page that it's all about scrolling, and any information you guys want to know, head over to there. It's going a little faster than I thought it was, because it's only one. It's only one piece. If I do multiple ones, I kind of stack them. I'll do multiple, 3, 4 but this one I'm only doing one, so it's cutting pretty quick. Maybe I'll get done tonight. And I don't know how long Instagram lets me do a live feed for, so if Instagram stops in the middle of this, just keep an eye out for pictures. It's the first time I've done an Instagram live, really. Yep, Dale. Teams, hashtag Team Scroll Saw. Hopefully everybody's doing okay with this corona COVID-19 going around. Hopefully everybody's safe and sound home and everybody and their family's good. My son just today was like, I can't stay inside for 14 days. Okay, go outside in the backyard and you could do some spring cleaning. He doesn't want to do that. What's up, Trevor? Uh-oh. Oh, okay. Kenna scratched her nose, so she put a Band-Aid on. That's the cool thing with the spiral blades. You come out of the cut, you can always bring the blade back and kind of like sand to the line. I do that every once in a while. If there's a tight spot or you're afraid something's going to snap. Hi, who said hi, Dad? Because there's 4 of you inside. Probably Alexa. Kind of can't spell. Oh, You spelled bad. But so some folks like to cut the large sections out because it lightens the piece of wood moving around and holding it. But I personally like to cut all the small pieces and then cut the larger pieces. The real Lion King. Like the cartoon one? And I don't know if this Instagram Live goes to IGTV or if it's downloaded or what. I'll have to try and figure that one out too, because I did it one time with, or tried to do it one time from Facebook and YouTube, download it and upload it to IGTV, and the file did not like it. It's too big. So I guess for now, the way I'll do it is the same way I've been doing it. Flower's done. Let's do the leaf. If anybody has any questions, or just put it in the comments and I'll answer it in between cuts. Oops, came off the line a little bit. We can fix that. That's the cool thing with some designs, you can screw up and fix it. As long as it's not too bad. Like totally cutting into the next piece. Just bent the blade. It's gonna break. Steve, how's the weather down there? Hot and muggy. Yeah. Well, I can't say that I can't wait till it's hot and muggy, but you know, 60 degrees I'm good with. I think it's gonna be 58 tomorrow, but rainy. Kind of like our whole winter. It's the South, yeah. So if anybody has any questions, please type them in the comments and I'll answer you in between cuts. Cool. Something came across my screen. I'm just trying to figure out what it was. It's still going. Good. How you doing, David? You have any questions? Just put them in the chat there and I'll oh, something else. Some other bunch of clowns wanted to send me something. See, with flat blades, you can push left and right and pull. It only cuts one direction. And the spiral, it'll cut every direction. So like I was telling my daughter last night, don't push the wood to the blade until it starts, because there is, no matter how tight you get this blade, whether it be with the flip, whether it be with the like the DeWalt, and you crank it locked, no matter how, you'll still get some sort of a flex. So if you're pushing on the blade, you're flexing the blade, and then you start to see how much it moved. It was like I don't know, is that a quarter of an inch? So if you're like really close somewhere and you're like not paying attention, you're pushing on it, you'll lose that pattern. You'll destroy the line. So that's why I try and start the blade up. Plus, if you start the blade on a spiral blade, you can let it sit here. It won't jump. So it won't jump when you start it. But always hold down, because sometimes when you drill the holes, sometimes the hole won't be perpendicular. Yeah, perpendicular. So if it's on some sort of an angle and you put the blade in and tighten it, it may have a little bit, so it may catch and it may lift the board up. So just hold it straight, flat down, start it, and then start moving your piece around to cut. The other thing is, when you're using a spiral blade, if you're doing multiple layers, like this is only a quarter inch, so the drift on it isn't real bad. But if I did like stack of 4 or a thicker piece of wood, if you're, don't bend the blade. If you're pushing and pulling, as the blade flexes or bows or whatever you want to call it, on the top of the pattern, you may be at the line thinking that the top is, but the bottom might be away from the line, or vice versa. If you're pulling it, I gotta sneeze, I think. Sorry. Right, if you're pushing it, yes, if you're pushing it, you could stop up here at the line, but the bottom be further back. Or if you're pulling it, vice versa. So what you do is you kind of go slow towards the end, but to let the blade catch up, so it's perpendicular. But you'll see me spinning around some of these curves. It's not really drifting much because it's only a quarter inch. But if it was thicker, I would go a little slower. And the more you use it, the more you do it, I mean, you'll get used to how much you can push and pull it without really destroying your pattern. I did it at one time. The top pattern was not the same as the bottom pattern. So I'm trying not to talk too much while I'm cutting, just because the Instagram people can't hear me. So they're saying it multiple times, or trying to answer them, they won't hear me. I have to figure something out tomorrow from my phone. But hey, Steve, what's the bed size? This is 14 by 14. It won't fit on your laser, right? I think it'll look kind of cool, etched into like plexi or glass. You know, put a light underneath it. What's up, Pickle? New laser. Yep. 8 by 12. Yeah, it's too. Those should be too. I mean, you can size it down, get it smaller, but I think it would look cool, like a plexi or something, or the backlit or underneath it. Look like a dog. Ruff, 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 ruff. I wonder if I cut it out of acrylic, like I'm going to do with this. If I cut the top acrylic and then put it, space it a little bit, put in the same thickness acrylic behind it, and then put a light underneath it, how it would look. So I really like this design. Somebody I know is getting married, maybe I'll do it. Hey, what's up, Jeff? Doesn't look like a lot of people are on out there tonight. Ah, I just broke the blade. That's right. It's an old blade. Hmm. All right, so Instagram ended. guess you can only do it for like an hour. I have to figure out how to do it with IGTV or something. But for the meantime, we'll just hang out here on the Facebook and YouTube. Why is this? Oh, seat just slid. Trying to lock the seat in place. I don't want to rock. I'm waiting for my my shop stool to come in the mail. I don't know what's taking so long, but I can bet it has to do with the COVID-19. So I'm going to do a couple of YouTube videos, put them on my channel for scrolling, first time scrollers, blades. If anybody's out there that has any questions that want answered or a video on it, let me know and see if I can edit. And like I said before, we're trying to grow the Team Scroll Saw page, so there'll probably be short videos on that Facebook page. And I think they're I think Jamie said they're going to start doing some videos on the channel itself, Team Scroll Saw. And it came out. Didn't feel like it went in before. If anybody has any ideas of things they want to see cut, designs, since we're homebound for the next 2 weeks or so. I'll jump on here and show all the cutting I'm doing on any project that's not a secret. Which is 2. Plus I'm going to have my daughters back out cutting, and I'll give them instructions. It's not so big. I can hold off. I can leave that. We have one, Steve, or Jamie has one. Oh man, it's 9 o'clock already. We'll see how long I go. Gary, if you're still watching, just let me know when you want to eat. I'm going to start scrolling a little earlier tomorrow. It doesn't look like there's many people out there watching. Oh, okay. I got you, Steve. Yeah, I got to talk to Jamie. Really got to get, especially since nobody's going to be doing anything for the next couple of days other than watching their stocks crash. I was stupidly looking at my my IRA, and it's like, oh yeah, maybe I'll get out of this stock, and because it was high, and then by the end of the day, I lost $1,000. So I'm like, but I don't plan to retire for a couple of years. Oh, my neighbor's home. by 9:30 we don't have 10 or more, I think I'm gonna call it a night and jump back out here early tomorrow morning to finish it off. What I'll do is I'll make sure I have the backer cut size-wise so that I could show everybody how I do the backer at the same time. I know I said stained in the description, but I think she wanted it painted. I gotta double check that. And whenever I do any of these patterns, I never really paint the pattern. I paint the backer just so that it gives a little bit of a pop. And the cool thing with this one, I don't want to rip too much of this off because then it's gonna just peel back. But this has a pretty cool grain. Oh, you can't see it. Let me cut this piece and then I'll lift it up. All right, so it's not, there we go. I gotta go opposite of, it's got cool grain to it. And I try and do I try and look at the pattern and then put the grain long ways 99% of the time. I did do a cross that I did on an angle because it's the last piece I had and I needed it right away. And when I did it, I cut it out and I'm like, man, that looks pretty cool on an angle. What's happening, Herb? Thanks for stopping by and hanging out. Yeah, I knew that was going to happen. Hi, Mom. Did you watch Alexa last night? She took over. She's in her element when she's a show business. Oh, you like woodworking, Herb? I guess I better not do any CNC videos because that's not any. It's not real woodworking. I would do some CNC videos. It just maybe on the design side of it, but sitting here listening to it go, even with this noise canceling headphones, I think it'll be too loud. I'll try it one day and see what happens. But yeah, good student. Yeah, she liked it. She was having fun with it. I think she liked more talking than cutting, but that's Alexa, her little performer. She was dancing while she was sitting in the seat. You might not have seen it as much, but Herb, jump out there. It's fun. Just make sure you use pinless blades because pin blades are a pain in the neck. What kind of scroll saw do you have, Herb? Or had? I don't know if you still have it or not. Oh, this is a wedding plaque. For a customer. I don't know if they want it known, so I won't type the name. Oh, thank you. All right, I think we're going to call it a night for tonight and come back. This is 136 holes, and I would say we're maybe about half we did in an hour and a half. We'll finish the rest tomorrow. I'll get out here earlier and we'll finish the pattern, pull the pattern off the top and cut the backer, and then see how it looks. So thanks for hanging out, and we'll be back on again tomorrow. Have a good night.